Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Islam in the contemporary world with reference to Sufism is a topic of discussion. In this regard, we would understand what is Sufism, what is Tasawwuf, what is chain of Tasawwuf, and why it is playing a vital role in the world. Naturally, Sufism is a term which is being used for the purification of heart, or Tasawwuf is a term which is taken from Quran and Sunnah. People throughout the world belonging to Muslim community, Muslim Ummah, they practice Sufism. And today's topic of discussion, Sufism, would be very interesting for you and for everybody who is related to purification of heart. In this regard, we have invited our two important guests here. First guest, he received his PhD from USA, and he is a senior professor and educationist, and he is noted for his affiliation with chain of Chishtiya, Hazrat Khwaja Muhyiddin Chishti rahmatullah ta'ala alayh and Hazrat Khwaja Usman Haruni rahmatullah ta'ala alayh. We would naturally discuss about different aspects of Tasawwuf with our guest speaker, Professor Dr. Muhammad Azam Chishti. We welcome you in our program Islam in the Contemporary World.
Thank you very much.
Our second guest for our program, Islam and Tasawwuf, with reference to the contemporary participation of community. This gentleman, a young man, is most important because he is one of the director of Islamic Educational and Cultural Research Center in USA, which is a eminent perception and participation in the community activities with reference to Islam and Tasawwuf, theory and practice. Islamic Educational and Cultural Research Center is a Sufi-based or Tasawwuf-based organization in USA, which has 501c3 status. Today's discussion would be very interesting because one person, Mr. Naveed Aagboatwala. Mr. Naveed Aagboatwala, we welcome you in our program Islam in the Contemporary World.
Thank you.
So, after a slight discussion of these eminent personalities, I would begin with Professor Chishti. Professor Chishti, your name itself refers to Hazrat Khwaja Muhyiddin Chishti rahmatullah ta'ala alayh. So, what do you think that Chishtiya silsila or Qadriya silsila, Naqshbandiya and Suharwardiya, these are the chains of Tasawwuf, how these chains are playing a vital role in community building?
Well, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sufism itself is one of the main role player in the society of human being, not in Islam only.
Okay.
If you go to India, you'll see that those who are not Muslims, they also follow the preaching and the education of the main Sufis who are buried there.
Yeah.
So when we talk, these are main frame is a frame of Islam.
Yeah.
Since the human being has a different aptitude, different way of life, so these are the different mini circle within the circle of Islam.
Exactly.
Which give us an education, which give us a training to respect each other, not with the words only, from the core of your heart. And it gives you the code of life, how to live, how to meet your next door neighbor, how to look after your families, how to look after your kids, how you should behave with your wife, and how you should behave with the rest of the society. So this is how we take Sufism in subcontinent in particular.
Mr. Naveed Aagboatwala, you are a person from USA, from North America, and you experience Sufism and deliberately you choose Sufism or Tasawwuf or metaphysics for your purification of heart. What are the major benefits for the Muslim Ummah if they would have understood Sufism or Tasawwuf?
Thank you for having me on the program. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The major benefits for the Muslim Ummah for Sufism, one is Sufism benefits the self, because inshallah ta'ala this is what will lead to a qalb salim, like a pure heart that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would accept on the Day of Judgment. And the other thing is that Sufism benefits the world, because Sufism shows the true light and love of Islam. Sufism shows that we're all brothers in humanity, and this is evidenced, as Dr. Chishti said, by how many people visit the Sufi shrines hundreds of years after they left this world. So Sufism is a benefit for Muslims because it purifies themselves, and Sufism is a benefit for non-Muslims because they learn how a true Muslim behaves, and it's the loving way of life.
So you think Sufism is closer to nature?
I think Sufism is, yes, once the human being's desires or bad influences are removed, I think you would be left with the Sufi.
How Tasawwuf removes bad things or evil powers?
One thing is that, so the Sufis, or the purification of heart, occurs ultimately through the benefit of the Sheikh. The Sheikh is the one that is guiding the student or the murid by giving du'as or giving any assignments, and by watching over the student. And these sheikhs, these teachers, they were practicing Sharia outwardly but also inwardly with ihsan. So all of their intentions were pure, and that's why all of their actions were a benefit to all of society.
So Dr. Chishti, how Sufism or the teachings of Tasawwuf could be helpful for the contemporary world?
Well, I will quote one incident. A person came to Baba Friduddin Masood Ganj Shekhar Sarul Aziz
Rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh.
and Rahmatullah alayh, and he asked, I would like to be a pure and honest and a neek person. He did not advise that you should go for extra prayers, you should do this thing or that. He said, okay, the evils of the societies, you know it, don't follow them, you are a nice person.
Yeah, naturally Sufism is a most important and powerful media to bring change in the personality and perception. My dear brothers and sisters, we are going for a short break, but I believe you'll be with us. Please stay with us. We are coming back soon.